just wanted to make this general announcement. This is such an exhilarating function, and before I start, I'd like to convey that the Honorable Minister for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, deeply regrets his inability to be here today. He would have thoroughly enjoyed this. He was so keen on coming here, but the pressing situation in Jammu and Kashmir required him to urgently leave this morning for Jammu. And he did not know till the last moment that he was not going to be here. And he personally conveys his regrets and congratulates all of you for participating and all the winners for the prizes they've got. He also would have liked me to convey that the Prime Minister conveys his best wishes and congratulations to all of you. And this is an exhilarating time for the country, and you have also the personal best wishes of the Prime Minister. What I will do is very briefly read out some points which the Minister wanted me to convey, and then I'll end by adding a few words of my own. The Minister says, I consider myself fortunate to be in the midst of so many young and creative minds in the valedictory session of this annual national event. Being a medical professional myself, the Minister is a well-known endocrinologist. Science has been my life and living, and I would like to share with my young friends here as to what constitutes the practice of science, which prevails and rewards. But before I come to science and the pursuit of science, let me say a few words about the pivotal role that our government feels science and technology must play in the development of the nation. With the coming of our Honorable Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi ji, the country seems to have been energized in a big way. The country is dreaming once again, and there is this increased thirst for delivery. The constructive and creative impatience of a young country has found a voice in our Honorable Prime Minister. The Honorable Prime Minister gave a call to Make in India from the Red Fort this year. The manufacturing activities in the country must pick up to give a boost to real production activities and employment in the country. In modern times, this is intimately connected to the technological capability of our workforce and enabling high-tech infrastructure, setting up of which again requires technological skills. We have been talking about uninterrupted power for everyone in the country, cleaning up of the Ganga, a time-bound Swachh Bharat Abhiyan, which will have to grapple with disposal of solid waste in a big way, smart cities, faster trains, etc. These are all areas where we require large scientific and engineering manpower, and in many of these areas, ready off-the-shelf technologies may not be available, and we will need to develop our own appropriate technologies. We need scientists, engineers, skilled technical manpower in such large numbers if we are to raise the country to a higher level of development. We've therefore been talking about skill development in a big way. And in all of this, the Honorable Prime Minister feels that information technology tools should play a major part. A digital India to fulfill all of our other aspirations is his dream. On the science and technology front, there's a lot we should be proud of. About 2 weeks ago, India's Mars orbiter mission was a grand success, right in the first attempt. India became the first country in the world to do this. Compared to other countries in this world, we did this at a lower cost. 2 years back, our scientists made significant contributions towards the discovery of the Higgs of God particle at the Large Hadron Collider. We continue to make important contributions here. India today is a vaccine power, making vaccines available worldwide and available at affordable prices. The recent introduction of 3 vaccines into our national immunization program is an example, and one of them is an indigenously made rotavirus vaccine, which took 20 years to make, but is a triumph for the Indian vaccine science and technology. Our drugs and pharma industry has withstood its ground amid severe international competition, and in an area where regulatory conditions are extremely strict. Development of a small-sized nuclear reactor for our nuclear submarine is also a landmark development. Our missile program has been successful. We've opened up the defense sector, and we expect to have a thriving defense industry in the country. In all areas of economic and development activities, if India is not to remain a net technology importer, it must start generating internationally competitive technologies and become a net technology exporter. But this can happen only if our bright children also choose to study basic science. It is science which is the fountainhead of technology. Though the two enjoy a positive feedback relationship, good science leads to good technology, and good technology leads to good science in return. Study of basic science is the primary driver of new technologies. The World Wide Web is such an example, which was invented for handling data and particle physics experiments and has now revolutionized the way the world handles information. An algorithm devised for studying particle physics and formed the basis of aircraft navigation systems. Nuclear magnetic resonance came from a basic physics discovery to a chemical analysis tool to a medical diagnostic tool, and that's another example. CCD image processing algorithms developed by astronomers have found widespread use in digital cameras and medical imaging. The list is very long. The message is that study of basic science is essential not only for training engineering and technical personnel, but also for generating knowledge, some of which will ultimately get translated into new products and processes. There's another even more important reason for people to study basic science. The study of basic science has great cultural value. Scientific discoveries have revolutionized humans' understanding of the universe. Galileo, Newton, Ramanujan, Einstein, Heisenberg are many examples. And science demands rational thinking. It is this rational thinking and experimental evidence and looking for universalities in diverse natural processes which make science. Subjective beliefs and prejudices have no place in science, and any society which ignores the study of basic science does so only at its peril. I'm happy to know that the Department of Science and Technology has a comprehensive program such as Inspire to attract, train, and nurture meritorious students towards the study of basic science. Science starts with curiosity, and curiosity levels at highest when you are young. Young children also have a lesser chance of being conditioned by prevalent knowledge. I'm extremely happy that Inspire starts with Inspire Awards at the first stage and goes on to a higher and higher level. The Minister ends by saying that, my dear children, we look forward to you to make India a global leader in science and make science an effective instrument for bringing economic prosperity and development in the country. This is just the beginning. I can assure you, you have an intellectually exciting future and a fulfilling life ahead of you. The opportunities are many. With new IITs, ICERs, and a large number of universities, both in the public and private sector, the demand for science teaching and research is growing. We expect R&D to pick up in industry as well. This will again require scientists. There are several large and long-term global science projects in which India is either participating or plans to participate. The Large Hadron Collider is an example in Geneva. We have just announced our participation in a major 30-meter telescope in Hawaii. The International Thermonuclear Experiment Reactor is another. We are collaborating in the anti-proton ion research in Germany. We have major international collaborations in cancer and vaccine research. And then there are several big science projects also in India, such as the Gravitational Wave Observatory, Neutrino Observatory, and new projects which involve sanitation, drug and vaccine discovery, and maternal and child health. So no matter what your interest is in science, there is room for a great future in India. I must thank you for participating in India's march towards leadership in basic science in the world. Congratulate you for having succeeded at the district level and state level competitions, and wish you all the best for success in the national level competition. Even those of you who do not win a prize must not despair. The joy of doing science is the real prize. Being a medical scientist myself, the minister says, I can tell you this from first-hand experience. Jai Hind. So that was the minister's talk. I'd like to just add a couple of lines from my side, which is to say this is absolutely such a stunning experience to be here today. And this is due to the tremendous efforts of people such as Dr. T. Ramaswamy, who inspired this entire program. But we must not forget, while we constantly talk about how difficult it is to deal with government, how extraordinarily helpful the government has been in pushing this through at multiple levels, particularly in the finance ministry, because this involves a huge outlay. Ms. Rita Menon, who is here, was actually as Special Secretary Expenditure in the Government of India. She was involved in taking this project through. Ms. Anuradha Mitra, who is here, she was working in Ms. Rita Menon's department as Director of Expenditure, and she was involved in taking this through. So the goodwill and understanding of a futuristic program is essential, and it's amazing that people at every ministry saw the great value of this program. every new program can very easily have its detractors. People can say, why should we do this? Why should we spend money on something new? Why not fix something which we're already doing? Let's not start something new at this stage. We don't have resources. But it's amazing to see what this transformation is, to see all these bright young prize winners, and see how bold decisions can transform our country. Congratulations to everyone, and thank you.